Yesterday, the City of Spokane hosted a press conference to announce a proposal to use the former East Central Library building as a new police precinct with on-site mental health services.
Now, the city says several community groups support the plan, but as KREM 2's Janelle Finch reports, some stakeholders say they were left out of the discussions.
Yesterday, City Council announced its plans for the East Central Neighborhood Library, converting it into a police precinct. But after that announcement, other community perspectives began to rise to the surface, including the perspective of the Hispanic community, where leaders are saying they drafted a proposal to bring a cultural center to the library and then never heard back from the city. The chair of the East Central neighborhood says a police precinct was an option during discussions with the city before the library was vacated. Another option was to expand the Martin Luther King Jr. Community Center. Spokane's Hispanic Business Professionals Association also requested the city council consider a cultural center. HBPA's executive director says it could have used the space, but never heard back from the city and were never told that their proposal wasn't selected.
HBPA has been serving the Hispanic Latinx community for over 27 years in Spokane, and we've been operating from our homes, our cars. We have a tiny little space. We're getting more and more people, more and more students. At this point, I do think it's the city's responsibility to look at what we're serving, look at the Hispanic Latinx community, the LGBTQ Latinx community, and really hear us out.
During yesterday's press conference, City Council member Betsy Wilkerson shared her concerns about the lack of engagement with the East Central community.
And as a council member, I will be in support of the community voice, whatever that be, but we need to truly have the community voice that has not all been heard here today.
The East Central neighborhood chair says while the community's ideas may have been considered, the community should have been more involved.
There has been a lot of need for police involvement in our community because of the camp in our neighborhood. And so I know that our elected officials have been very frustrated with the lack of progress that's been happening. And I believe that's what motivated them to take action. The downside to this is that they skipped or they forewent the process of engaging us. So therefore, folks like Councilwoman Wilkerson and our Hispanic group felt like they were left out of this decision-making process.
When I asked city spokesperson Brian Coddington about the process, he said multiple proposals were considered, but he also acknowledged there has been a gap in communication. Yesterday, Mayor Woodward said the final use of the space would be determined by City Council, but HBPA says until the space is occupied, this conversation isn't over. In East Central, Janelle Finch, KREM 2 News.